Yo, this is Ronnie Rose.
It's Hasani.
This is Barroom Talks.
We're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna talk about things that motivate us and what keeps us pushing for this podcast and our goals and what we're trying to do. So yeah, Ronaldo couldn't make it today. He's having some car trouble, but shout out to Ronaldo. Give him a little
You're in thoughts, brother.
There you go, man.
Yeah. So what motivates you, man, in life in general?
I think it's funny. I really have been watching a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk's stuff, and I think his whole concept of trying to teach yourself to be more patient and just be in it for the long haul. I think like the journey of getting to a successful spot is like what motivates me. Like every day knowing that you're going to tackle different challenges, you're going to go through different things, and just the whole growth process is freaking awesome.
There's a huge grind to it.
It is.
Because it's not easy. I mean, because like you want to be successful in business.
Exactly.
What do you have to do every day to kind of get there, do you think?
Yeah, you gotta set goals, big goals, but then you gotta have milestones. I did. Yeah. I'm not as good as I used to be about it, but honestly, everyone should be, writing down every day or every Monday or Sunday, the start of the week, like 3 things you want to accomplish that week. Yeah. And then do them.
I mean, I think that's probably a good way to go about it. Me, I don't really do that. I probably should start doing that.
Yeah.
But it's more just like
affirmations.
mental.
Yeah. I'm that's how I am too.
Yeah.
But I think it's something good about seeing it written down on paper.
Yeah.
It's like it not forces you, but mentally it gets you like, okay, I wrote it down, so now it's out there.
I think it's good. I think like writing down 5 things that you want to accomplish or see yourself in a year.
Yeah.
It's probably a good way to go.
Yeah.
Because like you want to be successful in business, so I think the one thing you have to do is just kind of like take no for an answer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When
you're talking to people, you kind of have to sell yourself, but you don't want to sell yourself short either.
Exactly.
You want to keep grinding and keep getting to a place where you can kind of be the best you can possibly be, which is, I know it's kind of vague, but
it's true. And it's like you shouldn't be afraid of no's.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Because from anything, it's a numbers game for whatever you're doing. If it's business, if it's sales, whatever, it's
you can't be afraid to fail.
No, man. If you get no's, more no's you get, that's closer to getting a yes.
Yeah.
I know it's like a cliche saying, but it's the truth. It's like if you got yeses all the time, then when you finally get your first no, you're gonna be like devastated. But it's like it's not how it is for people. So people just get handouts.
Yeah. So we were talking about before we started this.
Yeah.
Usually people have like 5 seconds
before
they change their minds and like they don't do what they set out to do. Usually I think it's like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you can talk yourself out of something. But I always say this to myself: if I'm thinking about something, if I have a goal, if I want to accomplish something, I have to just do it, man.
You got to start.
Because if you don't do it, then you're going to be sitting, you're doubting yourself. You're wondering like what he thinks, what she thinks, blah, blah, all the shit.
It's all talk.
Yeah, it's all talk. And I feel like that logic gets in the way of a lot of things, a lot of potential, and a lot of, like fear is a killer.
Yeah.
Like that brings regret, man. And like that's not what you want to be. Like you don't want to be sitting on your deathbed, be like, man, I should have done this.
Exactly.
Man, I should have done that.
And this might be like a controversial way of phrasing this, but there's a lot of successful people out there that aren't very intelligent, and I think it's because,
100%,
but they have that skill of just action. It's all action. It's it's like it's kind of the whole phrase where it's like, I'll ask for permission after, or I'll ask for forgiveness instead of asking. Yeah. It's like, just go. You got to kind of just get started. If you don't get started, you can be the smartest person in the world, but all these thoughts are just thoughts.
You really
put in action, man.
You really do have to just like get started on your goals, because like honestly, like I'm in the music game, so if I was too afraid to get up there on stage and do my thing, I would never be where I wanted to be.
Exactly.
In music, which actually was a thing for me a long time ago. Because like when you're up there and like you want to share your art with people, it's a different kind of like it's a different thing. I definitely wasn't used to it. Like when I was 21 trying to do it, there was a lot of doubts in my mind, and a little liquid courage always helped.
Yeah.
But still, like you don't want that. You don't want to need that. Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like you want to be able to like do your thing and be good at what you do. But if I let fear dictate, me doing that, then I wouldn't be anywhere in music. I would just be sitting on the couch thinking or dreaming. And that's a huge That's a fear of mine.
That's a fear. Exactly. You don't want to just, you know? You don't want to be complacent.
Like not doing what you want to do, to me is crazy. You know, it's like, how could you go through life not doing that, not doing what you want to do, or being where you want to be?
Exactly.
I mean, in 2017, I think everyone has the opportunities and the goals to be successful at what you want. You know, like anything you want to do. There's just too much information out here.
It is. There's way too much out here for. Yeah, it's just, you can find anything you want, any knowledge, whatever. It's like, for example, getting into photography, getting into doing podcasts, all these things, like, I didn't just, like, find a book. I literally just Googled it. Yeah. And the thing is, like, I think being in front of the camera, that's why I think our podcast is unique, because most podcasts are just audio, and we're trying to do the video too in a different format. Instead of just us sitting around microphones, we're talking to the camera, and that's increasing our confidence in being in front of people and just public speaking. Yeah. That's like a fear of everyone's too, but I love it now. I love talking to people
because it's almost like a stimulant.
Exactly.
You know? Like when you get a good conversation going.
Yeah.
You feel like hours. Yeah, you can talk for hours. You feel like you're drinking a beer with your buddies or something like that.
You don't think about it too much. You don't overthink it. You know.
I mean, I think everything in life you do can be building blocks to where you want to go. Exactly. So like this, your job that you don't like. I have a sales job, and my job's cool, you know. But I'd rather be doing other things in music, you know. Yeah. But the fact that I have that job, it prepares me for certain things that I might need, you know.
Exactly.
Like I never knew about certain aspects of business until I did this, you know. And it's cool because my mind and my focus are on other things too. But I can kind of, you know, like divide my time and give my time to a lot of different things. So yeah, I mean, I think everything around you helps you, but if you're too scared to kind of like go and do what you want to do and complete your goals, you know, ultimately you're just going to be sitting on the couch being like, man, I should have fucking did that.
It's true, but like, yeah, so this is why I had this other question, which I think is pretty cool, but I mean, when we were in high school, I don't say we had it great, but it was pretty awesome. I mean, we're very fortunate to be in the position we were in, and we still are now.
100%.
You know, yeah, we're definitely in a place that many people aren't able to be in, and I'm very happy that we can do things like this on a Friday and film a podcast and, you know, get together with my boys. But yeah, I mean, honestly, the question that I had, what really came back to is like, let's go back 10 years. So we're both 25.
Yeah.
So think back when you're like a sophomore or freshman in high school and you're like 15 years old. If you can go back and tell yourself one thing that you would change or one piece of advice that you would have based off the knowledge you have today, is there anything that would like stand out for you? Or?
I think I would tell myself probably not to party so much, you know, and just really focus on just different things I wanted to do.
That you wanted to do?
Yeah, because like I definitely partied a lot in my life, you know. Maybe too much, but you know, I don't know, man. You know, like
from it, you know.
But like my life, like all the building blocks to like now. You know, I wouldn't be here if you know certain things didn't happen.
Exactly.
So I don't really know. I mean, like if I could go back, I'd probably just be like, hey, man, like maybe hook up with more girls or something. You know?
Exactly.
I don't really know.
No, I hear you. Yeah, it's a tough question.
Honestly, but like honestly, man, like my life has been. And I'm not trying to brag or nothing, but my life has been pretty good.
Yeah.
You know, like, I can't complain. You know, like, I have great friends. I have great family. Like, I'm financially stable. Yeah. You know, like, I have a band that's actually, like, really good. I'm doing a bunch of other things with you.
Exactly, man. Yeah.
You know, so, like, my life is, like, is good. I can't complain. I've had my years, like I think everyone else has.
Everyone's had, exactly.
But I mean, I'm truly blessed to be, you know, where I am.
Yeah.
You know, so if I can go back, honestly, I would just be like, hey, man, like, maybe don't get so stressed out about certain things. You know?
That would be one.
Maybe just like take it easy. How about you?
That's what I was gonna say. You kind of answered for me in that sense, but yeah, just don't be so stressed about the little things. And just kind of capitalize on every opportunity you get. Yeah. Because, I mean, I know it's a part of growing, it's a process, but like, I made a video about that on my other channel, but talking about just different opportunities I had in my life that I didn't really capitalize on. And granted, I mean, it's gotten me to where I'm at now, and I'm cool with that. Like, I'm very content and happy with where I'm at now, and I think I'm probably better off that way. But again, you just never know where things could have gone, and I think I kind of let fear overcome a lot of great opportunities I could have had involving sports, involving business, involving anything that I could have done that I chose, a different path, and that's fine. But I would just tell myself, like, really take the time to don't just be so quick to make your decisions. Like, take a couple days to think about something, or take about a week. Not everything needed to have an answer right then and there, but I think you kind of just get wrapped up in the next thing, and I think that's why you kind of just jump. And when I say jump, I don't mean jump to do it. It's more so like get the hell out of there. Yeah. If you have any discomfort, and again, it's a 5-second rule.
Yeah, sure.
You want to give yourself time to think, but it's like you give yourself too much time, then you're not going to do anything.
Yeah, you shouldn't be overthinking things.
Exactly.
And not going through with it. I mean, I really think that I really do think overthinking things is like, it's not good.
No, man, it crushes any momentum.
Yeah.
And it crushes any potential growth, because what good is it to think and know every possible outcome? Like, I analyze the shit out of everything. I'm not even gonna deny that. I literally analyze everything. And it's alright. Yeah, I try not to, but I do. I want to know every possible outcome or anything that could happen that could put me in harm's way or whatever before it even happens.
When you walk into a room, you see all the angles.
I do. And it's like I'm thinking about everything before anything could happen, because I'm a very proactive thinker. I'm not a reactive thinker. But I think a lot of successful people out there, it's nothing wrong. It's not that you can't be a proactive thinker and be successful, but most of them are reactive. Most of them just do something and then deal with the consequence afterwards.
Yeah.
And I respect them for that, because they don't overthink it. They just say, I'm doing it. Action, action, action. So I think I'm going to start trying this 5-second rule and really
I think that's where a lot of like that whole 5-second rule, 5 seconds, 5 minutes or whatever. Yeah. I think in that section, that's where a lot of creativity happens.
Exactly.
And a lot of loss or waste of creativity happens there too. So I hate to see that, I hate, because I had this girl the other day talking to me about something that she wanted to do. And I was just listening to her, and literally while she was telling me everything, she was kind of talking herself out of it at the end. I don't know if I can do it, blah blah blah. Yeah. I'm like, why don't you stop thinking about what you can't do and just try it for once? Once you do something, once I got on stage and I literally didn't have any type of anything in my system, anything. And I had one of the best performances of my life.
Exactly.
I was like, holy shit, I can do this.
Exactly.
I was like, no way.
Okay, well, I didn't know it was possible.
I didn't know I was this good. I didn't know I could do this. But when you finally see that, you're happy, and then it gives you a boost, and it gives you just different type of energy that I think is cool, and I think everyone needs. But honestly, what I would tell a 15-year-old if they came up to me and they asked me advice on anything, just don't get, like you said, don't get stressed out about the little things. Yeah. Because
be patient. Yeah. I think that's a huge thing, because people, they jump from the thing because they gotta have the next thing, But it's if you think about anyone who's successful, they're not going out blowing money on things that they don't need. They're not just in it to have a good time, because in reality, put it this way, if I could retire by the time I'm 35 to 40 and still be able to work, but really have enough money if I wanted to stop working that I could do that and go travel when I want, that's a much better lifestyle than, and this is my personal opinion, I had my fun in college, I had my fun in high school. I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy myself at all, but I would have probably given up a little bit of that to be in a better position than I am already now, because I could then, at a younger age, go explore the world. I tell you this, I'm not saying that if you're 65 to 80 years old, you're not going to be able to travel. Sure you can, but when you want to travel in a fit body that you are capable of actually going out and doing something, rather than walk around with a cane or having horrible eyesight, can't even see the beautiful things in this world because your eyes are falling apart, you know? So work hard as shit when you're young, so that way you can go back out and just enjoy.
Do you think things happen because they're just going to happen anyway, or do you think things happen because you make them happen? So do you believe in things are just fate, or do you believe it's kind of you make your own fate in a way?
I kind of have it's a hybrid of that. I think that it is to an extent fate somewhat, but I think fate always comes down to two options. It's always you have a decision no matter what. fate will push you in a certain direction, but it's due to what decision you make in that moment. So you have either choice A or choice B. They're going to take you in completely different paths. Remember those books that we used to have as kids where it's like that you'd read a book or whatever, and then it'd be like you can read this page and it'll take you here next in the story. It kind of gives you like choice. And that's how life is. You have choices, you have options, but you're gonna still possibly get to the bottom line. Like if you have a passion about something, you might have 50 to 60 different ways that you can still get to the same outcome based off decisions. At the end of the day, if that's your goal and that's what you're mentally set on, you're gonna get there one day if you work hard. It just might not be the same path that someone else took. So I think that part of it is fate, but then it's fate based off of what you choose to do. Like how do you get there? And you can get there quickly, you can get there in a long time. I don't want to have a long term, in my opinion. It's not that I don't think work and everything's fun, but I think it comes down to the patience of like, let's be patient, but be patient and work hard in that direction. Not be patient and be like, I can just slack off, do whatever I want. It'll just happen.
That's the thing, man. You always have to work hard, I think, in your life for anything. You know, because if you don't, man, like if I don't work hard on something, whether even in my job, I try to do everything to my fullest potential, you know. But I remember one time, like we were doing like our first album, and not even our first album, like one of the first like EPs I think we even recorded. You know, I sang a song and like it was cool, it was mediocre, but you know, I listened to that song like, you know, maybe like a month later. I was like, dude, this ain't the best I could do. You know, and it really got to me, and it was really like, man, dude, like this is not cool, you know. So I kind of like, me personally, I just want to give my all to literally everything. And I think if anyone gives their all to everything, and
then you can't fail.
You can't.
Because you've put in everything. If you, honestly, my dad used to tell me that forever when I was a kid. It was constant. He's like, if you look back on your decisions, he's like, did you give it your best shot? And if I couldn't honestly answer that, then that's what I mean by I didn't capitalize on certain opportunities because I backed out. If you gave it your all and it wasn't for you, then at least you gave it your all. But if you said, oh, I think I did, but you really didn't, only you deep down know if you gave something 100%, 110%. People always say you can't go, I don't know, you can get more, but you work hard as shit for something.
Gary
Vee does. 150, I mean, 400 dude, trillion to one.
I really like Gary Vee. I think Gary Vee is I think he's a really good inspirational speaker, good motivational guy. I mean, he says a lot of like real shit. You know, I really do respect him. And you know, he came up, you know, struggling. I think. I mean, he was an immigrant or something like that. You know, and you know, kind of ran his like pop's liquor business or whatever, and like took that to a huge national company. But listen to him, listening to different guys, listening to people.
Grant Cardone, all these people that work their ass off.
Like you can listen to a lot of, like, don't.
Even Gary says that. He's like, you can listen to all my content, but what good is it if you're not acting? He's like, if you're really doing your work, he's like, you shouldn't need my content. He's like, you should hear one part that triggers you to just go. So that's why I think he's been pushing big time recently. He was like, you know, just act. Like,
and then the checks start rolling in.
What's going on?
You know, and then the checks start rolling in. But they're like, listen to my shit, guys.
Play it back.
But
losing stuff. But
I mean, like, you can learn from those guys too, but you still have to put in the work. You still have to do it. It's no point of like listening to, like, you know, them speak all day long and then like put the phone down and then you know, go to sleep or not do something productive.
Again, there's not enough hours in the day. You could listen to you could, like, he puts up podcasts that are like, or not podcasts, he does, but he puts up these videos that are anywhere between 15 minutes to like an hour. If you watch 3 of his videos, that's a lot of content you're taking in a day.
It's a lot.
You don't have the time for that if you're grinding.
You really you don't have time to watch it.
You don't.
You know, and like you know, there's been times I'm not always grinding. You know, but
there's a time to learn though. That's the thing. And there's a time to learn. There's a time to put the shit down and just go.
I really do think though, you know, kind of like a, you know, like a wrap-up statement, I guess, I don't know, but I kind of do believe that you can do whatever you want to do.
Bottom line,
like if you really put your mind to it, if you really like want to do it, like I want to be in a big successful band. My band's in September, And you know, we make music because we love music. We love the process of making music. We like performing. We like all aspects of it. But we do believe that, you know, eventually we can get to a certain point in our careers to, you know, be a big band, a successful band. And I want to do that because I want the masses to hear our music. You know, they hear the stuff that we worked on. But I believe we can do that because I know that, you know, you have to make a choice, you know, in your life. Because there's going to be a lot of pain. There's a lot of, you know, there's a lot of people doubting you. There's a lot of, you know, friends and family telling you, you know, dude, like, what are you doing, man? Like, you're gonna ruin your life.
It's because they want to live a safe life, and that's the thing.
Exactly.
It's like it's what they know, and they weren't able to accomplish something. So rather than see you potentially have the same pain that they did, they're gonna try to protect you from it. But in reality, they're making it worse because you're closing your creativity. They're closing your ability to go out and do something that they weren't capable of doing, or didn't have. It's not that they weren't capable. They didn't have the drive.
Yeah.
They didn't work hard
Whatever
enough.
it was.
And whatever it is that stopped them from getting there, they didn't get it. So don't. Yeah, that's another thing for a 15-year-old. Don't focus on. Again, we already said don't focus on the little things, but really like take people's words and just brush that shit off. Don't care so much about what people think. That's like my biggest thing is don't care about what other people think.
Yeah.
Last statement I wanted to say about that was the thing that I told you when I was driving home that day from work about a funeral. And I think this is just such a crazy perspective, but it's like if you go to your funeral, well, you're not going to go to the funeral because you're dead. But when the day comes that you die, how many people at that funeral and that gathering are actually gonna be so upset to the point that they're crying, that you literally affected their life so much that they are miserable and it bothers them from time on out. You know, people like Michael Jackson and Prince and all these iconic people, they die and how much attention do they get? They get
you got a month.
Yeah, not even that. It's like it's literally like 3 days. There's so much that goes on with like the attention span of people that like people are already on to the next thing. People that big only get like maybe a couple hours of grief and then they're already on to the next thing. So don't care about what people think and don't care about how you affect certain people. If you really think to your own core that you're doing the right thing, fuck it. Don't worry about it, because the more that you focus on how you've affected someone or how they may think about something, if you really think you did the right thing, I mean, if you're being an asshole, don't be an asshole. But if you really think you did something or said something correctly and they're giving you shit for it, then, dude, forget them, because they're probably not going to go to your funeral. And you probably won't ever see them again. If you don't want them in your life, you're not going to see them again. So don't care so much about that. Focus on your own personal growth and be the best person that you want to be.
Yeah, I think that's like a big end of one spectrum, but the other is you have to like just dedicate you have to like make a decision that this is what you're going to do, no matter what, no matter how hard, no matter the financial struggle, no matter what people say. Like, this is what I'm doing.
Just commit to it.
Like, I'm not doing anything else. Like, obviously, like me personally, I have like a bunch of different things that I do other than music, you know, going on in my life. But me being a musician, that's something that I'm always going to pursue, and something I'm always going to do for the rest of my life, just because I know that if I work hard at it, eventually it will get there, because I love it. You know, I truly love it. And why wouldn't you see too many people not doing what they want to do?
That's fair.
And not loving what they do. So it's just one of those things where it's like, if you have the opportunity, just make the decision. You know, just say to yourself, this is it. This is what I'm doing. This is my life. This is my goal. This is my love. This is what I'm going to do to the end of time. I'm not saying don't do anything else, but definitely like get to where you want to be.
Alright, so thanks for watching, guys. Again, this is Hasani,
Ronnie Rose,
with Barroom Talks.
Don't forget to check us out on all platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram.
We're gonna eventually be on Spotify and all these other places. We're trying to get our
SoundCloud.
Well, we are on SoundCloud. So.
Check us out.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's at Barroom Talks, and go to our website if you want to see some more stuff. www.barroomtalks.com. It is.
Yeah.
Just trying to get it rolling.
You're gonna like what you hear.
Yeah.
To all you barroom bastards, have a good weekend. Don't get too drunk. Peace out.
Drink a little bit.